Good evening, I welcome you to math once again, and at this point in time we're looking at what is termed as evaluate B. The previous one I termed it as evaluate A. So now in B we are looking at something a bit different. So if you look at this one here, there's a negative there, and this is 1/3. So the first thing to do is to get rid of this negative. So the question is, how do you get rid of the negative? So we get rid of the negative simply by reciprocating what is in the brackets. That simply means this one is going to be 125/64. That is to the power 1/3, 1/3. Now if you check out what I've done here is to get rid of this negative and then reciprocate what is in the brackets. The 125 was a denominator, it has become a numerator, and then the denominator was 64, which has come down as a denominator. Then this 1/3 has been powered to each of these of the fraction. As such, we use the same criteria that we used when we looked at evaluate A, where we say this is the base, that's the power, that's the root. Then it will be like this. Okay, 125/3 power 1, which is unnecessary, but because I'm explaining and this is grassroots, it means that I have no choice but to show power 1. Over what? The cube root of 64. Now, if you remember, in our previous discussion, we said the cube root of 125 is a 5. The cube root of 64 is a 4. Now, I should have put 5 to the power 1 and 4 to the power 1, but I'm not going to do that because I already said when a number is powered by 1, you get the number itself. That's why I'll leave it there. So, in an examination, you can leave it there or you can go a step ahead. But if you know that you're a kind of a person who makes mistakes when you're dividing, then I'll advise that you just say 4 into 5. So I'll advise that you leave it there actually. But if you can go further without making a mistake, then why not go ahead? So you're going to say 4 into 5, it will give you a 1/4. At that point in time, it means that you are done. You get yourself 2 marks. And then there was also this question that recently came. Check out, that is 3/2 close brackets to the power -2. Now we ought to get rid of that negative. How do we get rid of the negative? Remember, we ought to reciprocate what is in the brackets. As such, this one will be 2/3 to the power 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power 2 is 2/2, giving us a 4. 3 to the power 2 will give us a 9. As such, we'll leave it there. Please, 9 cannot go into 4, so just leave it there. We progress to this one. This one came in 2018. They are saying that we find a 4th root. When you see a 4 there, it means 4th root. If you see a 5, it's 5th root. You see a 6, 6th root. But in this case, we are dealing with the 4th root. So, a 4th root of 81 is a number that we can multiply 4 times by itself and get 81. So in this respect, that number is going to be a 3. So the 4th root of 81 is a 3 to the power 3. 3 to the power 3 simply means 3/3, 9/3, 27, and you are done. So that is how you evaluate. So you definitely need to practice this. As I said earlier, please make sure that you stick to the basics of mathematics in order for you to be able to work out problems like this. If there be no problem, then we're good. Thank you.